morning for my meditation, I focused on gratitude. Every single day, I'll usually write in my journal a few things I'm grateful for, but it's very different to write it down and acknowledge that with your intellect versus really try to feel and embody this feeling and emotion of gratitude. What I did here during my meditation is I just tried to think of the last time I felt gratitude, really felt it in my body, emotionally, not verbally, and I just tried to rebody that. I read a study recently actually that when you're feeling grateful, it's impossible to feel any other emotion. Anger, anxiety, fear, all of that dissipates among gratitude. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but I also made golden milk, and I was actually gifted this golden milk. I used to work with autistic kids at a therapy center, and one of my favorite kids, his parents gifted me this golden milk, which was so sweet of them. Golden milk is like an Indian drink. It's an Indian drink, but for me, I just have the powder, and it's based around turmeric, which is a really great spice that's anti-inflammatory. It has a lot of antioxidants and a lot of medicinal properties that fights against a lot of diseases, so it's really great. But I also put a little bit of pepper in it because that really helps your body absorb the turmeric fully. So and I also put a little bit of date sugar in this, and date sugar I read is pretty much the only healthy sweetener out there, and it's because it's a whole plant food. It's dates, except just ground up. It's not really processed, it's just ground dates.
Dizzy from the way this world is turning, different from the way our mothers told us. Can't seem to figure out which way is up or down. Can you point me in the right direction now? We're all just trying to find our place, but each day could go.
I just dumped my pea cups. For my oatmeal, I put apples, goji berries, cashews, flax seeds, and I cooked the oatmeal with date sugar and bananas and blueberries. It's actually really good to cook the fruit with the oatmeal. That just allows the flavors to, like, specifically for the banana, I love the banana cooked in the actual oatmeal as opposed to just on top of it. Oh, and then I also have this stuff. Hazelnut chocolate tahini. It's really good. I parked at McKitney Canyon. I think there's a hike you can do here. But I'm going to go to the visitor center and ask for recommended hikes first, I think, before I go ahead and do this hike, because I think I'm only going to spend the day here. So I want to, like, choose the best hike and get advice on what's good. Alright, I am going to go on a little hike, and I'm packing my bag right now. So I thought I'd show you guys what I usually bring on hikes. This is a really short one, so I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm bringing my poop shovel. I honestly always need to poop on hikes. Like, I think I've probably only done one hike where I haven't needed to poop. So I always bring this poop shovel, and it has all the leave no trace rules on it. It's funny because I actually have two poop shovels now. I have this one, which is like a small one I bring on hikes, and I have a bigger, heftier one for, like, it's pretty big, so it can dig a decently big hole. It's easier to dig, especially on like rocky material. But some of the rules for poop and pee, I guess, is you're supposed to find somewhere away from a waterway. It says at least 200 feet. You're usually supposed to dig a hole at least 6 inches deep. And for toilet paper, you're supposed to use plain, non-perfumed toilet paper and not use a lot. No, let's see, no tampons. I have this toilet paper that I got at REI. Actually, someone got it for me at REI. My friend gave it to me for Christmas. She knows me so well. So it is soft, strong, and absorbent, coreless, roll, reduces bulk, and biodegradable. I was under the assumption that all toilet paper was biodegradable, but whatever. I'm gonna bring one of these. So some of the other things I have is I'm bringing my Eno. I have my Eno straps and my Eno hammock. I've had this one forever. Whenever I used to work at a rock climbing gym, I would like string it in between the rock climbing walls and chill in my hammock. And so yeah, you can just hang it between 2 trees. I haven't seen many trees, so I don't know, may not get any use out of that, but that's kind of nice. I bring my Life straw. I haven't used this before, but it removes 99.99% of bacteria. So you could literally drink out of a lake if you wanted to. So this is just kind of an emergency thing. I bring my water bottle all filled up, obviously. I do have a first aid kit. It's literally such a short hike, so I don't think I'm gonna bring it. Sometimes I do. If it's like a longer, like 10-mile, 13-mile hike, I'll definitely bring it. I am gonna bring my book though, actually. I'm gonna bring a Kindle. Kindles are so great for like travel, hiking, anything, because they're so lightweight and so small.
From the first moment you held my heart in your hand,
and wherever you were was a place that I wanted to stand.
you were always a song to me.
The one that I knew I wanted to sing. Time to hold till we're both growing older, for better or for worse. I'll cherish your heart in the light.
It's kind of cool to look through these and look for wildlife and just more in detail at the environment. I am alone quite a bit, pretty often. I mean, I travel solo, I live alone in my van. I occasionally have friends visit, but for the most part, I'm alone. When I was younger, I was such an extrovert. I spent every moment with people, and I was always going. Like, I was never alone. I was going from one person to another, hanging out, avoiding like being with myself, I guess. And as I've done this and began traveling alone, I've realized the importance of spending alone time. And alone time is different than being on your phone. Alone time is different than watching TV alone. Alone time is like truly being alone somewhere quiet. I think even without music, enough to where you can hear the inner monologue in your mind. The thing is that when we're on our phone, when we're on our TV, when we're with people, it's a hum that is always there, and it gets drowned out by the other things. It's still going on. It's still there. You can observe it if you get in touch with that. It's like if your fridge has a hum and it's always going and you always hear it. Maybe you'll notice it if everything else is silent, but if there are distractions around you, you're probably not going to notice the hum that's constantly going. It's a constant in your life, and that's our inner monologue. And like the value of spending time alone, truly alone, without your phone, without TV, even without reading or any form of distraction, is that you begin to notice that, and you have no choice but to notice it. And a lot of people don't want to do that. I was reading this study, and I forget the exact statistic of it, but in the study it talks about how they gave men and women both a choice. They could either sit for 15 minutes alone with their thoughts, or they could get an electric shock. 60% of men chose an electric shock. 30% of women chose an electric shock. That's how desperate we are to escape ourselves, which is really sad. And I think this is a practice. Like, being alone is something that you can practice, and loving yourself is something that you can practice. But in order to love someone, you have to spend time with them. Imagine if you are interested in someone, a partner, and you spend 1 minute every week with them. 1 minute every week with them. Like, you're not going to fall in love with them. There's no way you could fall in love with someone because you don't even know them 1 minute a week. Like, you don't know them. And a lot of us spend less than 1 minute truly alone a day, which is crazy, but the age of social media and technology has really done this to us. The more time you spend with yourself, initially you might fucking hate yourself. I know I did. There were so many things I despised about myself, and I can still get in that rut. And I still have a side of myself that is overly critical and highly insecure, but I have cultivated and developed another side of myself, which I'm really proud of, and I feel very confident in. I feel confident in myself. I trust myself. Actually, one of my favorite quotes about being alone and alone time is by Osho. I read it often. I reread it often. The capacity to be alone is the capacity to love. It may look paradoxical to you, but it's not. It is an existential truth. Only those people who are capable of being alone are capable of love, of sharing, of going into the deepest core of another person without possessing the other, without becoming dependent on the other, without reducing the other to a thing, and without becoming addicted to the other. They allow the other absolute freedom because they know that if the other leaves, they will be as happy as they are now. Their happiness cannot be taken by the other because it is not given by the other. I found this old pack of baby wipes. There were like a few left, littered on the ground at a beach in California, in San Diego. And so I've been using these to prolong how long I need to shower so I can stay a little more clean before I need to shower. So I'm a little sweaty. I'll just wipe some areas, my feet. I also use this crystal, and I get it wet and I just put it on my clean armpits once I've cleaned them. This does not work after your armpits are dirty, so I just do it after I've cleaned them, and this just helps them not smell. Whereas deodorant is like a cover-up scent, this is a preventative. Alright, well, I cleaned my body and now I'm leaving the park, and I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you did like this video, please like and subscribe because it really supports my channel, and I'll be posting videos every single week on Saturday. So, bye!